And welcome back. Well, chilly mornings, we kind of expect that when we this time of year, of course, in January. But boy, we are trying to recover ever so slowly. Getting some maybe mid to upper 30s is definitely an improvement over the last several days where we had some high 20s in the coldest areas. Your afternoon highs also crept up a few degrees in most areas today, and currently seeing widespread 50s, a few 40s out there knocking on the door. We don't expect an overly cold night or a windy night. It looks like now the winds have definitely gone sub 20 miles an hour. They were definitely at about 3 o'clock this afternoon, more toward the mid 20s or so around Gaviota. Humidity values right now are pretty spiked up, so there's a lot of moisture coming from the north down to the south. And during the winter, what can happen is that cold air can settle over moisture sources, your little bays, your maybe little marshes, ponds, lakes, and you can end up getting some low-lying fog. So we have to watch out for that ground fog. And boy, an area of the country that wishes they had that sort of weather trouble versus this is pretty much a giant chunk. About 2/3 of the country is in a deep freeze, and even going all the way down into the deep south, they're looking at some dangerously cold weather, so they'll be watching that overnight tonight and into tomorrow for sure. And then there's the upper level storm track that ran through, gave us the storm system over the last maybe day and a half. It is now firmly moving through and almost out of Utah toward the Midwest, and that will just reinforce all the really cold, sort of yucky weather they're dealing with now. For us, though, we've got pretty much an open door to the Pacific Ocean, but it's still interacting with high pressure, which is not allowing everything through necessarily. So we haven't really seen any big rain hits over the last several days. In fact, this last storm was very discreet. It stayed right just to the north of San Francisco, maybe a bit south of there. And then for us, really just no big chances for rain. But we do have more systems out there. Slight chance comes middle of next week, better chance next weekend. So staying cool and mostly dry. We watched the rain showers. They really didn't materialize. We thought maybe we'd get a sprinkle both this morning and late last night. It didn't happen. Next chance, though, there it is, knocking on the door by about early Wednesday. Blows through real quick, but there is a little second shot, maybe late Wednesday going into early Thursday. And then beyond that, it gets quiet until we get to about next week. And so rain totals really meager. We are drumming up almost nothing right here until we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, and those are fractional amounts. Maybe that'll change a bit. We're hoping. What we're really hoping for is the next system. So here's the one after that, and this is the one that we'll see on Tuesday, Wednesday as it blows through. And again, it kind of fizzles out before it gets to us. There's the better shot of energy as we head toward next weekend. Again, focusing a bit more to the north, but still the tail end should bring in something through about Saturday, Sunday, possibly into the following Monday. And then it looks like even more activity is out beyond that. Now, wind should not be a problem the next couple of days. We expect it to be out of the northwest. Very, very normal for this time of year. And our areas that will definitely be gustiest will be, or the most gusty will be out toward the Gaviota, out toward Hollister and Point Conception, Point Arguello, those areas right there, which typically stick out and typically get the most wind. Dense fog for low-lying areas. The next couple of mornings, you'll see some fractions showing up, like I saw a little while ago about 0.2 to 0.3, which means 0.2 or 0.3 of a mile, which is 2/10 of a mile, which is very, very short. So that means you're getting down to about 1/4 of a mile visibility, and that, of course, can be kind of dangerous. Not as chilly the next couple of days, so we'll go ahead and put our lows into the 40s and maybe even some 30s. Your afternoon highs, though, not that bad. Back into the 60s. Maybe even a 70 popping up on the map. All right, let's go ahead and look at our areas, and you can see again the south coast into the 50s and 60s for your afternoon highs. Up around Point Conception, same story there. We will have temperatures that look more seasonal for this time of year. No chances for rain right now. That comes later in the 7-day. And a quick look at the surf. We do have some waves. We actually got a slight swell out of the northwest building today and into tomorrow. Nothing too special, but at least there are some waves. And we'll do one map right here to get the theme of next week. Slight chance on Wednesday. Thursday looks mild, then another chance develops as we head to Thursday, and I'll sneak one more map in, and we're going to go to break, and we'll be right back in just a minute.